friends, we need to consider how much we've been given when we have indoor plumbing and we have the ability to go inside to a place that's safe and where there's electricity and climate control and fans, and it's easy to get clean, and there are grocery stores where it's easy to get food. To not be grateful for that is really offensive, and it doesn't get godly presences wanting to help us when we're ungrateful for what we've already been given. Why would they give us anything ever again? We can see their point on that.
Oh, I really can. And the portal is open right now.
It is open. It is open. Thank you for all that stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you for hoses.
That's true.
And buckets. And
that's true. Pumps for the running water.
Yes. And soap. How to get clean.
That's true.
And all the machines that take care of things.
That's true.
Vacuum cleaners and
washing machine.
And dishwashers.
That's right.
Dryers.
That's true.
The little robotic vacuums.
That's true.
Thank you for all
that.
Thank
you for those things.
We know that all those ideas were dropped in from above. We are super crystal clear on that. Yeah. These ideas that, humans came up with that. It's like,
no.
Really? No. Humans were given all those ideas. And we do know that one thing they've said they're not going to give us next time is explosives.
Yeah, that's true.
They've said we've proven that we don't handle them responsibly, and they're not going to make that mistake again.
That's true.
We can follow that.
I can really follow that. Not dropping that idea down the chute next time.
Yeah, no, it's not coming down the chute.
That's true.
Next time. For him is the message. And why do you ask? The portal's really open, and we do know that the actual foundational intention is to open the portals.
That's true.
What is this clue about Baxter running off the
that's
farm?
A really good question.
Because one possibility would be that the host lives missed the cue to take him inside, but it doesn't feel that that's the case. We don't feel the cue. And then it feels as though he's also following a cue.
That's true. I feel something dropping in.
And both days there's something happening to draw his focus outside the fence.
That's
and
true.
Then he really wants to go, and then he just gets it in his head to go. And he's a terrier, and so terriers are going to go. When they want to get out of a fence, they get out of a fence.
That's true.
And so in those cases it looks like a message, and the fact that it keeps happening, it's a pattern, and it's happened repeatedly, more and more regularly.
That's true.
And so it's a message for somebody. And one of the interpretations of the message could be, we don't have as much time as we think we do.
That's true.
We're running out of time.
That's true.
5 minutes too late.
That's true.
Just before the bad thing happens, we think we're going to do something, but it turns out to be just after the bad thing happens.
That's true.
Those are possible interpretations.
That's right.
For whom is the message? And why do you ask? And they're also talking about the dreaming last night, and in the the dreaming there was work going on at the levels of the angels and godly presences, trying to create updraft through the astrals, and it looked like moving crushed rock or crushed concrete, and also liquid concrete and liquefied rock, trying to get them moving upward. And there was an instruction manual with them, and it was opened and marked up and annotated. It looked like they were actively working with it, but it had the word airflow had been crossed out. Create
on the instructions.
Yes, the instructions had said something about creating airflow, upward airflow through the astral dimensions, through the clouds of the dead. and that word airflow had been crossed out. And maybe they do need to move the concrete and rock first, but the goal is airflow, not just concrete and rock. And then something happened, and there was a strong disconnect, and this host life disconnected from those souls who were running that operation.
That's true.
And what happened in the body is the body woke up with a sense of something isn't right, something isn't right, something isn't right. And then the energy body of the host life was just pointing at a different angle. Here are the souls who had been operating, and the body is pointing in that direction.
Yeah, that's true.
And it took a little while to find the correct inquiry to get realigned. Tried lots of things that didn't work.
That's right.
And then which way is up? And then the energy body kind of turned back around.
That's right.
Pointed in the correct way. I was like, oh, those are the souls who were working here.
That's
right. And they were equally well saying, oh, thank goodness, there's our, however they think of it, like a big tube or something. There's our tube.
That's right.
And they were off to the races again, and the energy body stabilized.
That's true. It might be really important to explain what dreams actually are.
Okay. Let me get a sip of water.
Let's do it.
It's important to remember that dreams are actual occurrences that happen in other dimensions.
That's true.
And they can be memories of other dimensional activities that come in with a soul as a soul is coming in. That's often what it is. And sometimes we can also see that a soul is leaving, and the soul kind of leaves behind it a memory trail. The most important question in dream interpretation is, who is the dreamer? And then the next most important question is, and what is the representation of the host life in the dream, of the, quote, me, unquote, that the human is thinking about? And usually it's a house or a vehicle or a place.
That's right. I think we may have answered someone's question.
What's that?
Reasonably, a question came in through email that actually had two parts. And one part was, if somebody really wants to learn how to strengthen their psychic skills, how to do it. And then he also asked how to tell good guys from bad guys. But there's something they've said to a number of clients, I think in both of these healing practices, which is if you're really trying to figure out a little bit more about how to tell what's really going on in other dimensions, to start to pay attention to the dreaming. And when you wake up, right away, before you forget the dreaming, to write it down. And then to start to work through what are the answers to the questions.
It's true, but dream interpretation is commonly misunderstood and is often very poorly practiced.
That's true.
It is important to write down the dreams, because without writing them down you lose them, and it's
That's
kind
true.
of like disrespectful to the interdimensional communication effort. But
To lose them.
To lose the dream.
Yeah, thank you.
To capture the dream, and they're saying codify it, and write it down.
Said.
So that's the very first step, and it's kind of like the prerequisite. And then begins the art of dream interpretation.
That's what they're
talking about. It is extremely poorly practiced in Western society. It's possible in Aboriginal society it was well done.
Good point.
It's possible we lack information on that. We've read many books about how the Aboriginal culture related to dreaming, and it's possible they're true, and it's possible they aren't true.
That's true. And now they're circling back around to last night's dream experience.
And we're supposed to explain what it felt like in the host life.
Yes.
In the host life, it did not feel as though there was any dream at all. It felt as though, quote, I woke up, there was no dreaming happening.
Yeah.
I feel a little off.
Yes.
That's it.
That's the whole clue.
That's the clue.
Yeah.
So then we know, all right, well, my alignment's gone off, something's off here. And we go through a process, takes quite a while, half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe an hour, and then chink, all of a sudden we're reconnected with the souls who were, as it turns out, working. And then it's like, oh, that's right, that's what we were doing in the dreaming. And there are many techniques of validating what was occurring when and going back in time, etc. Lots of ways of going about it. And it tests as true. All right, that's what was going on. So there would have been no dream, quote unquote, by the way that dream recall is talked about.
Exactly.
So there's just such a disconnect between actual esoteric action that is effective and the discussion in our society. And what do we guys do about this? What do we do about this? And how does this tie in to Baxter running off the farm and to no young people at the demonstrations, when the young people are going to be the ones whose lives are most disrupted? Because let's face it, 61 years, it's only been the last couple years that climate change is actually beginning to impact this life.
That's true.
The biological annihilation's been impacting us for maybe 15 years because we don't want to go to the beach anymore because we cry about the lack of life at the beach. It's so sad.
That's true.
But it's not like that's... It is a really big deal. The point is that younger people are going to have a larger percentage of their lives impacted, and they're not even showing up for the action.
That's true.
And we think that's important. I don't feel like we're making any progress on getting to the message, but the portal is open.
That is true.
We still have these clues. The first one is being about 2 minutes too late to say, come on, Baxter, let's go inside.
That's true.
The bad thing has happened. And so we think that that's an important message for somebody upstairs, is that the schedule is off.
That's true.
It's going to get us to that point, 2 minutes too late. And then we have the lack of young people showing up. What is it? Are they lazy? What's going on? Why? If you are below the age of 40, why weren't you at Friday's climate strike, Friday, September 20th? Or if you were, please say, I am a young person under the age of 40 and I was at the climate strike at, state the location. But if you are a viewer and you're below 40 and you were not at the climate strike, why not? Why not? What's going on?